Do we have any public comments to start off with? Yes, sir.
You want me to stand up from here?
Sure.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mario Panone. I have two children, Mario and Carolina, who attend Floodbrook School. I come tonight to ask the board to consider a few items when beginning to address the budget items for the upcoming year. First, even after Superintendent Wilson's explanation, I am still confused as to why Dorset Middle School employs 2 language arts teachers for grades 6 through 8. Floodbrook MEMS Middle School, with population that's approximately double that of Dorset, employ only 1 language arts teacher in grades 6 through 8. Please consider the equality of the children when addressing this next staffing issue next year. Currently, a kindergarten classroom at Dorset is a full-time regular education paraprofessional. This has been customary every year. While kindergarten teachers at other schools are not afforded the same opportunity. While I understand Superintendent Wilson states that she does not dictate the scheduling for said schools, I am confused as to why kindergarten classrooms are not afforded the same adult-to-student ratio. Next, while we were very fortunate to have language at Floodbrook School, it's a shame that this seems to be the only reason given as to why children at Floodbrook have it is because they have it. Dorset School offers 2 classes per week in music and art, and they are also affording world languages, but other schools are not. At the same lines, Floodbrook students are not offered band until 5th grade, but other schools are earlier. As a parent, it is hard to understand why Dorset School offers an opportunity to earlier grades, but not at Floodbrook. Another area is the GIST busing. For many parents, half-day GIST programs are not accessible for their children because they are unable to provide transportation to and from the mountains. At Floodbrook, regardless of past practice, it is not provided. I ask you to provide busing so that Floodbrook students can access the same half-day programs as their fellow peers at MEMS and Dorset. Please know that Floodbrook School is only 5 miles from Bromley and approximately 8 to 10 from Stratton, whereas currently MEMS is 8 miles and Dorset is over 10 miles away, a much longer distance. Currently, Floodbrook parents utilize Bromley and Stratton's and GIST, and I assure you all that many parents would reconsider this if busing was offered at Bromley, since it is closer. Please consider providing buses for Floodbrook students as it is provided for MEMS and Dorset students. I thank you for your time this evening.
Would anybody else like to make a comment or a question? And again, later on, if you have one, feel free to raise your hand. I just don't guarantee I'll recognize you. Thank you. Jackie, do you want to say anything about that at this point, or wait till we get to that part of the budget?
I received the inquiries from Mr. Panone, I think it was Saturday or Sunday night. I've had 1 chance to respond. I received a second series of questions. I just have not had a chance to respond to those. I'll clarify a couple of things right off. I mean, MEMS has 3 language arts teachers in grades 6 through 8, so there's some mistakes there in what the staffing pattern is. So I just want to be clear about that. And Floodbrook has a 6th grade. Charlie, I believe, teaches language arts. They have 2. So that's not accurate. And I think we just, as I tried to explain to Mr. Panone, it is our schools, we are striving for equity and opportunity, but we also have uniqueness amongst schools. And there is no way that I certainly haven't interpreted equity as saying we will have the same amount of time and teachers assigned per student in every school.